Yeah, hello, good morning. It's good to be back here on QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Balde. I'm with Julde Njai. Good morning, Julde.
Good morning, Ibrahim. Good morning to our viewers from wherever you're watching us from. It's good to be back.
Yeah, so it's good to be back. How was your weekend?
It was fine. I had enough rest this weekend. Normally, weekends I always have programs, but this weekend was specifically relaxing for me because I spent the entire weekend with my family.
Wow, that's interesting. It's sometimes important for you to spend, weekends with the family.
Right.
You know, for me, I was also at home with the family. I was here on Saturday.
Okay.
To do one or two things. Terence, you just got electrocuted by the camera there. I saw that. Yeah, so I was here briefly, then went home, spent the whole Saturday evening and Sunday, at the house. Yeah, so we are back. This is QTV This Morning. On the program Running Other, we will take a look at the African Code. From the code, then we will be talking to Demba Jallo, Voter Education and Training Officer, IEC, on the IEC voter education. That, of course, the transport fares increase nationwide. Omar Sise, President General Transport Union, would be here, and we will be talking about this. So if you're just tuning in, thank you very much for always following, wherever you are. For those that tune in via our social media handles and, of course, our channel, thank you. We're supposed to have our newspaper review guest, but he's not in yet. Probably he's on traffic as well.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at the code, Julde. Yes.
So our code this morning, it's actually fits well on the day itself.
That's why I chose it.
Right. Monday is a doorway, walk in with purpose.
Absolutely. When I was doing the proverb last night, I said, okay, why not I do something on Monday?
Right.
And it fits. Monday is a doorway, walk in with purpose.
Right.
Anything that you're doing in life, there should be a purpose for it. Why are you doing this? What do you want to achieve at the end of the time? Right. If you're doing something without purpose, well, that can be a white elephant.
Absolutely.
At some point, you are just flocking the dead horse, wasting your energy.
Your time.
Yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think you need to walk in whatever you are, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, know your purpose. Discover what you want to do. So that will lead you, to where you want to be.
Absolutely. You mentioned something very important, knowing your purpose and then, going after it. Because oftentimes you find yourself in a career or a path that you're just there to occupy space. You are not growing, you're just stagnant.
True.
You're not growing, you are not moving the place forward. You yourself, you are not moving yourself forward. You're just stagnant in that particular place. So it means you don't have a purpose, because if you have a purpose, you will move from one place to another. That is the purpose of life. How do you achieve that? Is by setting up your goals, setting up your ambition, writing your resolutions. Normally before, I normally focus on resolutions when it is New Year's. But now, I do my resolutions on weekly basis, on monthly basis, that okay, this month, before the end of this month, I want to achieve that. And I've seen that that has really been helpful, because the moment I set up a resolution or a goal, I normally achieve it, because I try by all means to work towards that. So that is the beauty of life. That is a purposeful life, setting up a goal and then achieving it at the end of the day. You feel so fulfilled that, okay, man, I was able to achieve this.
Absolutely.
So I think it's very important to set your goal. And Mondays are perfect days to actually set up something and say,
what you really want to achieve.
Exactly. You know what, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. Every day is the same routine. I come to work, sit down, or from 8:30 to 5:30, I go home. Do you evaluate yourself? In that day, what have you done differently? Because if you do the same things every day, you're bound to have the same result every day. So it means you have to do something different in order to see a different result.
True. It gives you a peace of mind when you realize I've achieved something. You know, I've gotten into this, and there is a positive result at the end of the time. Yeah. So I think each and every person this week, you should challenge yourself. Okay, from today or from this week, I want to achieve this. That thing that you've been looking for, or that thing that you've been procrastinating to go and do, I think this is the right time to do it. Now. So you have to work in it with purpose.
Absolutely.
And, you know, be sure you are going to achieve what you want to do. So you have to go in for it. Procrastinating at some point can lead to disappointment.
It is. It not sometimes. It always leads to disappointment because something that you could have done in a day or week, it takes you forever to do. You know, I am someone, like I mentioned here before in the program, before I make up a decision, it takes me a long time. I procrastinate. Okay, what if that? I look at the pros, the cons, and everything. What if this goes wrong? Because I'm someone who is really afraid. I used to be afraid of failures. Like, no, no, failure, it's not for me. But then I realized that failure is part of growth.
Absolutely.
When you fail, you make an attempt. Normally, you don't do the same things that you did before that made you fail. So failure is part of life. Don't be scared of failure. If you're scared of failure, you don't get away with anything in life. Ultimately, we have everything readily available for us. Social media, it's there. The internet, YouTube, it's there. You can learn one or two things without anyone having to teach you about it.
So, Julda, you know, fear of the future at some point.
It is.
You know, most people fear, okay, what is going to happen in the future?
Right.
Is this going to go right with me? Is this, where am I going to end up? You see, when you have those type of, things drumming into your head at some point, it will hold you back.
It will.
You know, never be afraid of the future.
Yeah.
The future will come anyway.
It will.
Just
and what is meant for you will come. What is written that, okay, you will pass through that, you will pass through it.
Definitely.
So the most important thing is that don't allow it to break you, because situations like this are either there to make you as an individual or break you. So if you allow it to make you, you learn a lesson from it. Okay, you pass through a difficult moment, but at the end of the day, you learn something from it.
Yes, you see, I'll take a brighter example of me. You see, a few years back, I've gone through situations that really challenged me as an individual. But at the end of the time, during that situation, I didn't see it as, okay, this is preparing me to be strong.
Strong, yeah.
I didn't know. I was thinking, okay, this is a very bad situation.
Right.
But now I am being very thankful to that situation.
It happened. Yeah, it happens to all of us.
I am thankful that happened.
Exactly.
You know?
You see something, I'll be like, oh my God, I cannot, this is like the end. But if it passed, and then you sit, you reflect on that, you will be like, I'm so thankful that it happened. Because then I realized that it made you a better version of yourself.
Absolutely.
It happened for a reason, so you should embrace it and learn from it. That is the most important thing. So happen here, just learn from it. Take your time and learn from it. Nothing happens for nothing.
Definitely.
Always some things happen for something.
For a reason.
Exactly. So you are, as an individual, should learn from it and know that, okay, this happens for a reason. Let me not allow it to break me. That's just the goal. Focus on what is important. And let go of what is not relevant.
Absolutely. Right. Focus on what is important and get rid of what is not relevant. This is QTV This Morning, and at this point we'll take a short break. And after the break, then we will take a look at some of the stories on the newspapers. So we'll be back. Just tuning in, this is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Balde and I am with Julden Jai. Dilen jaajëfal saa su ne képp koo xam ne yaa ngi seetaan programme bi ñu ne la programme yi QTV bi la si suba fii la ñoo waxtaanee newspaper yi ak lépp loo xam ne mu ngi xew si biir dëkk bi ak si bitim réew. Kon let's take a look at the Standard newspaper. And on the main headline, detained journalist denies minor sex claims. I mean, over the weekend, we have seen claims of, alleged involvement into sexual scandal leading to pregnancy of a minor, you know, which is really, which sent shockwave to the people of the country, because most people didn't see that kind of an incident coming. And now they are showing he denies, I mean, sex claims.
Right. Like you mentioned, he was arrested over the week, and then currently he has been granted bail. He is currently home, and you know, these are allegations of, you know, a sexual activity that really involved him and a minor, and that resulted in, you know, pregnancy, and ultimately also the child delivered. So we can't go far on this. You know, the only thing that we can do is to wait for the authorities to investigate and come up with, you know, it's whether the matter is being taken to court or not. We will wait for the authorities to conclude on their investigation and also come up. We will also see what will happen next. But what we know so far is that now, before, we don't have the facilities or what it takes to actually conduct a DNA, but now I want to believe those facilities are in country. So the case, I'm sure, if it's taken to court, should be able to, they should be able to fast track it, because the infrastructure is in place to ensure that a DNA is conducted.
Most people raise questions, okay, why did they wait until now and coming up with these allegations at some point after almost a year?
2 years, because it's the alleged incident happened in 2024.
2024.
So it's almost 2 years. 2 years now to, you know, the event. But we don't know what really led to that. But according to what I saw online, allegedly the girl claims that she is a virgin, and then when the incident happened. But like I said, these are very sensitive matters, because it involves a minor. We can't go further into the matter.
I know any moment from now, Mar Nyang will join us in the studios, and we will also, you know, discuss some of this. I would like to hear Mar's own side of this, I mean,
but what we know
allegation.
Is allegation.
Yeah, so we have Mar Nyang in the studios. And of course, Mar, how are you doing? Yes. Yeah, so Mar Nyang is the founder and executive director of Gambia Participate, a civil society organization that engages communities on constitutional reform. Yeah, so Mar, it's good to have you here.
Thank you for the...
Yeah.
Then you buy the Mar.
Mar, you... Yes. So, I mean, the detained journalist denies minor sex claims. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen the story, you've heard about it, and probably said them gafa, because you stand dang them si place you bury. You know, okay, they'll fix
the mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll take a short break
after the break.
Back. This is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde. Now let's continue with the newspaper review, and we have the standard newspaper. Detained journalist denies minor sex claim. Marnyang, I mean the name of Kek Sane, I mean a journalist, a court reporter, you know, been accused of having something to do with a minor, which leads to pregnancy, and now the authorities are you know, following the case. So, I mean, at this instance, there is a lot of mixed feeling. I mean, you know, KEX is involved into a lot of things, activism, making sure there is reform, making sure they, I mean, the government is put to check, especially in connection with Gala. You know, many people might relate that to this incident.
You can't blame them to this incident. The fact that this is also about to publish a book on the case surrounding the murder of the two police officers at traffic light. So, look at the webinar Sumahala, but to just say that we believe in due process. the DNA collection should be recorded, right, for both the minor and the alleged man, and it should be done transparently, because in as much as we have the DNA facilities, DNA resource could also be manipulated if they are not transparently taken. So that is the only thing that I can say. Let's wait for the due process to be taken. I don't think that KEX will do such, but like I said, it's what I believe. It doesn't matter what I believe. What I believe, because I know KEX works with the law. Right. As in, he covers court cases. And he knows the consequences of you know, this type of criminal activities, right? Or criminal acts. So I don't think he will do such. But like I said, it's not for me to determine innocence by what I believe. But obviously there are so many things that surrounds this matter. First is Gala. Second is the murder of these two police officers, and it was Kega was likely covering this. And right after that, after 2 years, right, this thing actually came into light. But like I said, we have to wait for due process. Let the DNA collection be transparent, and let the results announcement also be transparent. Then, you know, the law will take its course.
Still on the Standard newspaper, Gambian media CSOs rejects government's proposal to register journalists, social media users.
It's absurd. It's out of this world. Whoever comes with that policy must have been dreaming and then just jump up, right? What type of accreditation do media and social media users need to? Right? Going back to the world's days, in fact, more than what we have experienced with the Gambia, because that, I believe, is censorship, right? Who censors those that also come up with these regulations? Because they've also been peddling false information on social media. No one censors them, right? So I think what is more important is if there is any comment that comes from a social media or a journalist, right? We have, unfortunately, we have the libel laws, and then we also have laws of slander, right? That could be taken in a court of law. It is a civil matter, right? It could be taken to a court of law, and the court will determine based on the probabilities of what actually happened, and they will make a decision. But to censor people or to come up with regulation, how many people are actually on social media, especially these top influencers, right? I think if I was in the position of these regulators, I will bring them together and train them, right? Train them on the existing laws. Look, we value the work that you are doing, right? You have a huge followership, right? We are not trying to determine what type of content you're going to put out, because different influencers have different type of content that they put out. However, these are the type of laws, and we actually did that with influencers as well, social media influencers. We brought them together and they said, these are the type of laws that if you trespass, they could come after you. Not only the government, but individuals that you actually cause harm, right? This is the awareness that the social media influencers and journalists need. But to come with another regulation to say we have to give you accreditation, who should apply? I mean, no one should actually even apply for it.
Absolutely,
There are other type of outlets that can be regulated, but these are the types of outlets too that should be allowed to do, but to a certain freedom at some point. Because if you want to, what are you going to accredit them for? What are you going to give them?
Absolutely. I mean, the Gambia Press Union is there. The Media Council of the Gambia, which is a regulatory body, it's also there. So if you want to do whatever with the media, regulate or whatever, give it, the Media Council of the Gambia has the mandate to actually do that. So work in collaboration with the Media Council and do it. But for the government, we've seen the history between government institutions and the media. We've seen how it has been. And of course, we can't just sit and then pretend that everything is going, fine between the media and the state. We've seen cases, like that in the past. So for me, really, this regulation thing, and I'm glad that the Gambia Press Union had a position on this as far as the matter is concerned, that it's a no-no for them. And, they're calling on all media houses and journalists to actually, back them as far as this regulation is concerned, because we know what it really means if the media is regulated by the state.
Yeah.
It's not a reasonable policy because it's also not a feasible policy because there are a lot of Gambians that are social media influencers that do not even reside in the Gambia.
Right.
Right? So are you going to remotely regulate them as well?
Yes. How?
Right?
How are you going to do
It's
that?
gonna
So
be
I think it's
actually
really not a reasonable policy.
So let's move on.
the point.
It's still the standard on April 10/11 victim justice after 26 years. So why do you think justice has taken so long?
There's the saying goes, justice delayed is justice denied. I can't believe it's 26 years. Guess we were a little kid when that actually happened. And I believe the victims cannot wait no longer. They've been going through with this trauma. I mean, I think that is one thing that we do not really look into, right? Not just the justice part, but when we talk about the reparations, I believe there's what we call also emotional reparations.
True.
You understand? These people were born able. They had dreams. They were doing their things like the able man and able woman will do. That has been taken away from them by criminals. And those criminals work within them. Truth have been investigated, it has been established, recommendations have been made. So what next? What next? Right? It is really not acceptable. It is really not convincing to have such things happening in our society, right? Because when we talk about accountability in the work that we are doing, accountability is also a prevalence mechanism. It actually deters others from replicating what has been done because they will predict the consequence of their actions. So I think, after 26 years, obviously you remove the 22 years of Jammeh.
I wanted to say
that.
Yeah,
you remove that 22 years of Jammeh, but it doesn't matter because the victims have been waiting for 26 years. Right, that's the most important thing. So I think, the government has to come transparently and keep updating the public on the actions they've been taking. I know in addressing all the TRRC recommendations, it's not going to happen now. There are short-term recommendations that could be implemented. There are long-term recommendations. I think that we also need to understand that. But there are certain cases, I guess they have to be...
Maybe probably prioritizing those that have been waiting for so long.
Right.
Maybe those that have been waiting for so long, they should prioritize those people as well.
So moving on to the Point newspaper, this is an event that happened on Saturday, your event. Nyangen stamp seizure, politically driven, observers reveal. Talk to us about that.
Well, we consider that to be an act of voter suppression by the governor for allegedly making accusation that the Alcalo entrusted the stamp to the son, and the son is a member of the opposition party. Now, let's look at the facts and the background. Let's first look at the background. Why do most Alcalos give their stamps to their sons or their daughters or their immediate relatives? Most of the Alcalos have advanced in age, and some of them have disability, they cannot see. And amongst them there are a lot of them that have literacy deficiency. They can't write, you understand. They are not literate in the conventional official or the official language of the country. So most of them is very common. Most of them will entrust their stamps to their offsprings. Some of them even do it because they give it to their grandchild. I actually once witnessed that, right? You go for a land, when I used to work for lawyers, you go to the CFOs, they give the stamp to the daughter will stamp and write the date, and then they will thumbprint it. The CFO or the Alcalo will thumbprint it. So that is very common. Now, who says the Alcalo or his son cannot be associated with any political party. Because if you look at the Local Government Act, in the discharge of their responsibilities, the Local Government Act did not prevent them from being associated with any political party, because if the Local Government Act or the Election Act do so, then it will contravene the 1997 Constitution. I believe it's Section 26 and Section 39. Right, especially the political rights under the Constitution, which I believe is Section 26. So the Alcalo and their sons all have their right to be associated with any political party. What is important here to note is, if the government and the governor is able to prove that the Alcalo or his aide, which is the son, issued attestation to minors, issued attestation to non-Gambians, or issued attestation to persons that have been disqualified by Section 14 of the Elections Act 2025, then we will know that the Alcalo stamp has been misused. But the government has not accused or proven that that has happened. So this is a clear voter suppression. What does it mean? It means the government, right, those maybe perhaps not beyond that, perhaps, maybe they know that that is an opposition stronghold. If they if they allow the attestation to continue, those people that register will vote against the government. Maybe. But the facts here are the accusations are not proven. The accusations are also not compatible with the Constitution. Even if the person is associated with a political party, they have the right. Now, how many Alcalos have openly campaigned for the UDP or the NPP, especially the NPP? This not long ago, the Bakau Alcalo campaigned openly for the NPP. Is the Bakau Alcalo also not having attestation? How many other Alcalos in Basse, in Sierra, most of them campaign for the NPP and they have the stamp? Does the opposition not also have the right to say those Alcalos are politically inclined with the NPP and they should not be given the stamps? So this threatens the credibility of our voter roll, the voter register. If the voter register is not clean, your election is not going to be clean. And this, we normally see it coming from the opposition or from citizens, voter suppression, but it coming from a state is like what we are seeing is the weaponization of the state apparatus to suppress voters. And that is illegal. And if it continues, to date, we haven't received any information whether that
they return the stamp?
The stamp or not. We haven't received any information.
But you went to the village, right?
No, we have observers there.
You have observers, okay.
We have observers deployed in all the 53 constituencies,
okay.
Right? And beyond what our observers also reported, we also did our investigation to people that are very, very close to the issue. So we called, we got the facts, and we also read the government statement, which is their official position, and we made our independent decision, not influenced by any political party or anybody else.
Yeah.
Right.
So were you able to, as part of your engagement, were you able to engage the government as well?
So we've already made our recommendation that as a matter of urgency, the government must return.
Okay.
This is not a negotiable right.
Okay.
It's not a negotiable right. It is the right under the Constitution, Section 26, that we all eligible Gambians have the right to vote and be registered. And the Elections Act also did mention, I believe it's Section 13 also, the qualifications for documents that should be admissible for one to be registered. Part of them is attestation. Now this issue of attestation, we challenged this previously in the courts. Obviously for Banjul, we won the case. We also made a recommendation to the National Assembly that remove these attestation requirements and let the government make it mandatory for people to acquire birth certificates or identity cards and let them make it easy.
Right.
The National Assembly put our recommendation on the side.
Yeah.
Now this seems to be shooting them on the foot, especially the ruling government and some of the opposition. They actually supported this. So you could now see the same policy that you supported is now shooting you on the foot. But the fact that it is law, it is law.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it now. You understand? And to just wrap up here, I want to say, the government needs to respect the law. They all call for us to be law obedient.
You understand? We also have to see that example coming from them. There is a law that protects citizens from any discrimination based on political affiliation, whether they are public servants or not. Right? We have people that are in government and local governments that support different political parties, but still they are actually discharging their official mandates. Right. They also what we call Code of Conduct, Section 222 of the Constitution. It also protects, or should I say, it makes it illegal for people to abuse their office while discharging their official responsibilities. So we believe this is also an abuse of office by violating the rights under the fundamental rights of the Constitution. Right. Now the other thing is, under the Elections Act, after the IEC publishes the supplementary voter list, there's what we call revising codes. So for the government and any other individual to respect the due process, if you believe that Alcalo or his son gave attestation to someone else that should not have been registered by the IEC, but the person eventually got registered by the IEC, you can object that during the sessions of the revising.
So we have a message here from one of our viewers. He said, in this case, it is different because Alcalo is healthy and strong according to sources in the village. The Alcalo have no reason to hand the stamp to the son, who is an executive member of a political party.
Says who?
Yeah, I mean.
Says who? Did the Local Government Act prevent the Alcalos from giving their stamps to an individual? And ask the person, does the Constitution prevent anyone from discharging their official duty or on behalf of someone else?
Does it mean that before you become an Alcalo, you have to be affiliated to the ruling party?
Well, it seems so. So ask the person, what happened to the Alcalos that are also abled, but still openly, not secretly, openly campaign for the ruling party. But yet still they also give attestation.
They still have their stamps with them.
Is that not selective justice? So the Constitution says on general equal terms, when public officials will have access, or citizens will have access to public services, and on general equal terms, they should not be discriminated based on any political affiliation.
Thank you, Marnia. Thank you very much. We've exhausted the newspaper review time, and you know, so quite interesting interaction here.
Exactly.
So thank you, Mar. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Viewers, we'll be right back after the break. Thank you very much. We are back. This is QTV This Morning. And now let's move on to the other segment of this program, IEC Voter Education. And we have Demba Jallo, Voter Education and Training Officer, IEC. Am I right?
You are right.
Yeah. But the other time you were here in the capacity of communication with Pamata Kankan?
Voter Education and Training Officer is under the Director of Training, Communication and Public Affairs. That's why we have also the IPO. In the person of Mr. Amadou Tal, is the Information and Public Affairs Officer. It's still the same unit, under the Communication Unit, headed by Pamakanka.
All right. So let's localize this. We do this in Wolof, right?
I'm okay.
Is your Wolof very deep?
I'm good. If you learn English, Mandinka, Wolof,
yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm not solo lol. You waxtaan affaire voter education. Maanaam voter nu ñoo jàngale ñoo xam ne dañ war a dem saani karta. Loolu lu am solo la. Te am nañ fi Demba Jallo mi nga xam ne mu ngi bàyyeekoo si kuréel bu ñu ooy IEC ñu amee wàllum woote bi si réew mi fii. Demba ñu ngi laa dalal bëggoon nañ tuuti nga wax ñu lan mooy voter education.
Voter education jërëjëf Ibrahima ak Julde pour dalal ma fii QTV This Morning. So voter education soo ko déggee IEC dañ jagleel portfolio boobu noonu mooy place boobu pour ñu génn waxtaan ak askan bi yégal leen ak ba pare xamal leen procédures yi mooy yëngu-yëngu yu ñoo def ak itam ku bugg a bokka naka ngay bokkee lan mooy sa warugal lan mooy sa right and also your responsibilities so lii daal la ñoo génn pour waxtaan ak askan bi lépp lu nga xamante ne commission ñu ngi koo def ñun suñ responsibility la pour ñu génn waxtaan ak askan bi wax leen si jamono bi si diir bi nii si lii la ñu commission nekk di yëngu lii mooy sarta yi ku bugg a bokka nii ngay mun a bokkee yu demee noonu yes
lan mooy sarta yi nag léegi wax ñu sarta yi ak ku bugg a bokka tamit naka ngay bokkee
waaw fu mu nekk nii bugg a bokka si lan ngay bokka mooy supplementary voter registration foofu lañ toll right now jamono bii nii du elections lu ñoo def mooy registration mooy nga ñëw bindu am karta pour nga mun a préparer pour mun a sànni election buy ñëw that is 5th December 2026 presidential election bi léegi nag Gambian bu nekk am na right pour am voters card am na right pour taxaw elections am na right itam pour support ku la ne nga sànnil ku la ne waaye nag rights yooyu yëpp il faut nga motal sarta yi so sarta yi ñooy il faut nga nekk Gambian first number one suñ electoral process bi soo si bokka il faut nga nekk Gambian tout am na i kayit yu nga xamante ne il faut nga joxe kayit yooyu benn si yooyu pour wone ne yow Gambian nga parce que binduñ kenn si sa kanam ne man Gambian la man gisuma ko fenn so bokk na si yooyu il faut nga am birth certificate Gambian birth certificate am na si beneen kayit mooy ID card Gambian ID card passport wala attestation nag dafa bari coow lool
bari na coow de
soo déggee attestation mooy kayiti seerne mooy ne yow amuloo birth certificate amuloo ID card amuloo passport waaye nag Gambian nga still now ñàkk a am kayit yooyu loolu taxut nga ñàkk a nekk Gambian still now am nga the same right so moo tax attestation bi dangaa ñëw si teams yi mooy IEC registration teams yi ñu jox la form am na form bu ñoo waxee attestation form bu njëkka danga doon dem si alkaalo bi mu binda different kayit yi lan doon use IEC ñu ne léegi il faut ñu formalise ko ñu isi a serialized form bu nga xam ne dafa am serial number boobu lañ laa jox waaye boobu nag mënuloo register ak boobu foog nga dem si alkaalo fu nga dëkka o fu nga juddoo mu seende na le yow de Gambian nga mu tampel la alkaalo tam boobu wala si safe alkaalo o safe o so boobu su amee nga ñëwaat si team bi den mun na use attestation boobu pour register la
comme noo ko waxee Mr Jallow yi fi attestation bi dafa bari wax coow bi bari na si fi wàllum attestation bi lan moo nekk rôle yi IEC si wàllum attestation
rôle yi IEC soo demee si section 13 subsection 1 2 3 ñu tënka ko rek si registration da nga realize ne loi bi mu ngi wax IEC that is the Election Act loi bi mu ngi wax IEC ne ku isi si kayit yi ni Gambian bu nekk su isee kayit yi ni mu nekk Gambian mu am 18 years te isi na benn si kayit yi ne te seen ngeen kayit bii ni nekkul ne def ko tapale nekkul luñ fooj kayit bu nga xamante ne expire wu te authentic document la subsection 3 mu ngi laa wax ne the commission shall not reject ok so ate luwa soo déggee sar rek is mandatory so ñuñ lu ma bëgg a wax Gambian si ñooy ku nekk tool la ku nekk ak sawar so yow fii lañ la assign loolu ngay def Julde ak Ibrahima dañ leen assign QTV pour ñu invite ñu leeral judiciary parliamentary parliament ku nekk am na sa rôle. So man duma mun a nekk journalist ma nekk IEC dafa difficult. So journalist bi dafa def liggéeyam, IEC def liggéeyam, parliament def liggéeyam, local authorities yi def seen liggéey. léegi da nga realize ne ñuñ si loi te dama wax toujours ne the electoral process is law based. You have to operate in strict compliance and observance of the legal framework. looy def looy wax si élection aw lu wàllu élection den koo teg si loi. nekkul man suma buga o nu ma ko gisee waaye nu ma ko gisee dafa war a méngoo ak lu loi bi wax. lu ma buga dafa war a méngoo ak lu loi bi wax. loolu soo ko defee rek life is good. so da ngaa gis ne ñuñ at IEC level. loi bi fu ñu emal mooy. ku isi benn si kayit yi nañ seet kayit bi ñu siis ne ID card bi expired te Gambian ID card la. passport bi expired te Gambian passport la. birth certificate bi xam naa du day expire waaye da nga dee am birth certificate ñu ngi xamante dañ dee wax ne not only that non Gambian parent. so kooku am na birth certificate waaye si loi kooku nekkul Gambian.
a non-Gambian parent.
non-Gambian parents because loi bi soo ko xoolee ñu ne da nga war a juddoo fii sa
one of
yes
one of your should be Gambian. Wow.
so yow léegi soo juddoo fii sa benn parent nekkul Gambian. so loolu soo ma ko interprétal so mun nga wax ne Gambian la.
waaw by birth you are a Gambian waaye by blood maybe si beneen dëkk nga jógee.
thank you. wanaa loolu si gannaaw ma ne it's not about suma opinion but lu loi bi
wa.
so foofu la
waaye loi bi sometimes they have mistake de.
well
boobu I think it's a grave mistake.
The law, whether good or bad, is the law.
It's the law of the country.
It is of course subject to review and amendments, but until then, that is the law.
America so far you are a citizen.
Because the Rohi Malik law, IEC, Gambia participate, Marnyang Kujoge Fini, Daba, the attestation, case in Banjul. Because you will be interested to know that legi attestation ken munut ko use Banjul nga register. Ken munut use attestation in Janjambure nga register. Because comme luma case buma side ni siga now 2021 ñi demon nañ court ñu ne IEC waruñ jox the office of the mayor in Banjul ñu joxe attestation. They went to court and the court rules in their favor. So therefore, court judgments or rulings are considered as law. So therefore, lolu mota attestation nanguñ ko si loi nangut ko si Banjul ak Janjambure because they relied on colonial rule loi yu nga xamantene bu ñu amé won tubaab yi am na loi still now Ibrahima pour yegal la loi yooyu ba léegi sancé wuñ leen they are not amended they still laws. Maybe yow xamuloo leen man xawma leen waaye dellu foofu lañ dem ñu ne loi boobu mu ne képp ku juddoo Banjul o Janjambure war nañ la register at birth. So therefore you have no reason pour nga ñàkka am birth certificate.
Exactly.
So based on that ñu ne therefore kenn amuta benn opportunity o amuta benn excuse pour wax ne awma document moo tax ma use attestation.
So if that is the case ne loi bi mu ngi wax ne képp ku juddu fii danga war a am birth certificate at birth, then why is it that IEC ñu ngi still focus on attestation part of it when loi bi si boppam wax na ne ku juddoo Gambia fii dañ la war a jox certificate at birth certificate.
Nekkut ku juddoo Gambia fii dañ wax ne Banjul ak Janjambure.
So it's only Banjul and
only
Janjambure.
Banjul ak Janjambure. The rest of the country, still now, as we speak, right now, teams yaa ngi joxe attestation. The alcalde and chiefs ñu ngi leen a stamp ñi ñaa ngi ko use pour register. Waaye ñu ne Banjul ak Janjambure only.
I feel like it should be nationwide because this issue of attestation mom is a problem.
Man suma voters card bu ma amee woon 2016 voters card bi. Can I use it to vote 2026?
You cannot. In fact, you were not able to use it in 2021.
I used it.
No. 2016 voters card, you were not able to use it in 2021.
So how did we...
Simply because, I mean, 2021, we conducted what we call a general voter registration. So they get general voter registration. We discard, or the voter list will expire 10 years. The last one is 10 years. General registration was 2011. So 2016, we conducted a supplementary voter registration. But if you check 2011 to 2021, that will give you 10 years. Meaning that general voter registration of 2011 and that of 2016 supplementary registration put together, that voter list expires 2021. This was why 2021 we conducted a general voter registration. Registration afresh. Whether you are having or not, you come and register afresh. This other one is discarded.
Okay, while I'm 2021 voters card, you can still use that for 2026 elections.
Thank you.
So the one that you used for 2016 election,
that is invalid now.
It shouldn't vote in 2021. No. Then how did I vote? Mr. Jallo, something is not clear here.
So
maybe you missed it.
So
I didn't miss it. No,
Jallo.
I voted.
No, I know you voted. You must have registered 2021.
Okay, yeah. So, Mr. Jallo, how about in a case like, okay, man, tay mangi Kombo, okay, 2021, I registered in Kombo, Kanifing, but in 2026, I want to go to Basse and register. Dah luwa bitami allowed na lulu, nakala lulu process bili dohe.
Do muna register. Why this time around, the good news is you get def 3-in-1. In the sense that you get def registration, you get def replacement, you get def transfers.
Okay.
You know, transfers is back in the laws now. Before danko gene on.
Wow.
Moinga to hal sakarta.
Exactly. That was acceptable.
Why along the way or line they drop it, they amend it and remove it from the laws. And I see from there munuñ def because nekatu siluwabe. So mota legi comme yow example question bu nga laacce non su dee yow yaa ngi register Kombo fii waaye toxu nga yaa ngi toog Basse léegi mun ngaa toxul sa card bi foofu loolu ñu ngi wax loolu transfer. So transfer boobu section 16 section 17 of the Election Act dina la waxal yëpp waaye just quickly xam naa ne time bi soo buggee transfer yow doo dem to the registration team de te yow doo register waat.
Okay.
yow dangaa tem to the election office, receiving election office. bu ma wax fii receiving election office mooy ñu laa dalal. am nga léegi for exemple nañ joxe misaare yaa ngi register woon KMC léegi yaa ngi toxu Basse léegi waa Basse ñoo lay dalal ñooy sa njaatige du noonu. So léegi yow dangaa dem Basse election office, IEC office in Basse. yow doo dem si benn team. dangaa dem to office bi ak sa carte boobu noonu. nga ne leen man de comme laa doon sànni ji waaye léegi fii laa toog dama bëgg a toxul suma carte bi fii. ñoom dinañ la fiilal form bi ñu process la ñu nangu sa carte boobu ñu staple ko si form boobu noonu. ñu yónnee ko to election house at our central database. Because here now yow yaa ngi si suñ database bi already. Now database bi dinañ la delete from Kombo here or from this specific polling station. ñu now insert sa information si polling station fu nga toxu.
Lolo, how long la dee jël process?
Wow, because lolo tam
process.
No, within this supplementary
moo nekk April ba May
20.
So léegi
21st.
waaw léegi bu nekkee ne sa voters card bi riir na. mun nga ko dem replace quick.
Wow, moo tax ma ne 3-in-1.
So how, where
replacement
is on right now?
Right now, all this we're talking about is going on.
It's on.
Okay.
Man Lamen la de register. Where can I go get it? Because I cannot find my voters card.
Good. So for replacement, lolu yow replacement nga.
Replacement last one.
So Julia they don't transfer. Yow nga replace.
Wow.
So replacement bi they nga dem to the team. Am nga transfer bi mané nga dem to the office.
Wow, why bi ci team bi la.
Why replacement bi yow da nga dem to any team within the region. Lamen is in West Coast. Right?
Wow.
Any team within West Coast.
West Coast, huh?
Not necessarily Lamen,
Busumbala,
Brikama, Sanyang, where else?
Funga dem rek dinañ
ma. Funga dem. Within West Coast. They nga realize ne team yooyu noonu am nañ that data. So yow soo demee da nga naa wax ne man Ibrahima Balde dama register woon Lamen nga wax leen polling station bi waaye suma voters card bi dafa réer wala dafa yaaxu wala dafa xoosu ba léegi nit mënuta xamee details yi
léegi naka
so ñoom dañoo search in the system foofu fu nga taxaw sa card bi dina pop up card bi itself ñu woon la bi Ibrahima Balde la yes yow sax nga confirm sa bopp sa details si sa date of birth te foofu duñ dee change dara nag even duñ ko dee mun a no
dañ ko print rek
mu ngi mel ni lu nga photocopy rek
ok that's
waa léegi
so ñu jox la
time bi jeex na de te problème bu ñoo diilal moo gën a garaw
am na ñu ma ne sax
tey transport union fi ñëwee dañ ma ooleen ñu ñëw ñu xaar ko si buntu
yàgg nañ si problème
the population is very angry
Omar gaayam bi yàgg nañ si problème waaye Mr Jallow balaa ngaa dem léegi double registration ndax da ngeen dee encounter cases of double registration comme nu ma la ko waxee man maa ngi ni last election Kanifing la register léegi ma dem because Basse laa juddoo ma ne xaaral ma dem Basse ma register foofu noonu da nga gis ne parliamentary election bi ma mën a taxaw for parliamentary seat ndax loolu tamit da ngeen dee
double registration def de cases yi def de bari
daf dee am de
punishment penalty bi is so severe it's 500,000 fine or 2 years in imprisonment and also we can deregister you quickly. Double registration def there. Why so register 100 times system bi def ko detect.
Def ko flag.
Wow. Once we run it at the database and we do what we call matching. So you guys ne yow Basse Alnu Hare ak Sare Musa fu nga register nga fofu. Nga ñew kañu be nga register fofu nonu. Nga ñew be Crab Island in Banjul nga register fofu. System bi dafa wone yep. Nga change dress, change sa color bi and all that stuff.
Why still details
still now nga defar sa makeup bi all that system bi def ko because we take this and we take this. Remember it's biometric.
Wow, exactly.
So system bi def ko match yep mu feeñ. Te su feeñee léegi dañoo xam ne lii Ibrahima la.
waaye nga ne daf dee bari ndax am na any case yoo xam ne da ngeen ko prosecute because nga ne dafa bari.
non duñ dee prosecution waaye maa ngi wax ne commission is very serious about this. This is why this time around replacement nit ñi dañ doon fay léegi ñu ne leen free of charge. Transfer mënoon nañ charge loi bi may nañu pour ñu charge ñu ne free of charge. Registration free of charge so people have no cost pour ñu def double registration because suñ defee double registration loolu is
thank you Mr Jallow for coming on the program you know xam naa ne di ngeen ñu gis de élection baa ngee ñëw di ngeen ñu gis lu bëri te dinañ leen invite lu bëri
waaw waaye QTV ma jox leen feedback suñ ñëwee fii nii time bi
da ngeen bëgg a moo time
waaw def leen ñu time
waaw dinañ lay jox
waaw ngeen ñoo jël time
waaw ngeen sponsor
yéen da ngeen wow loxo
this is the moment you should be coming in
lu loolu
election is come and buy at least 1 hour
Uncle Joe
conduct of election is the most expensive venture you can it's very expensive.
Yeah, so viewers will take a short break. After the break, dinañ waxtaan ñoo xam ne dañ yokka paas yi ba pare suñ bëggee ñu ne seen driver bu leen daw duñ daw.
ñu dul follow lu
transport union president.
ñu dul follow lu waa bi ñooñu la ñoo waxtaan.
I cannot say a lot again. Suma koto la tam xam nga so I cannot say a lot.
Man tamit suma xarit la waaye
if I say a lot, I'm saying a lot to myself xam nga. Watching QTV This Morning delsi nañ ñu ngi amee fii koo xam ne réew mi du mun a dem waaw réew mi du mun a dem we have President Barrow we have President Ceesay understand nga so ñi lañ fi am so am nañ different waaye
president with capital P
yes but you are also dealing with the public. So I'm
the president with the capital P.
Capital P.
Yes, capital P. Yeah?
That one is the president.
The president.
And the president with capital P.
Capital P. So transport fares increase nationwide. maa ngi toogoon déema si suma boy si garage bi ñu ngi doon waxtaan gaa ñu ne léegi Westfield fii lii la léegi Westfield fii ma ne gaa ne naka la fa demee ñu ne wane they are happy so nañ waxtaanee li lu am solo la because fares yi dañ increase balaa government bi di indi information bi so lii naka la fa demee Mr Ceesay.
waaw thank you so much Mr Ibrahima jëñal a gis trop
maa ngi around
nuyu naa suma xarit bi xam nga moo daf ma di tooñ waxtu bu nekk kon noo ko waxee fares yi increase nan unofficially yëg nañ ko na si société la bi la mbokk and the same time ñu ñëw dugg si moto yooyu but the same time tamit gis nañ ne lu xew si global market bi lu ñëw si wàllu diesel and pétrole loo xamante ni Gambia mënu si ñàkk a bokk xëy na government wane na support bu ñu si def moo tax mu toll fii ba mun naa passé fii so but at the same time those costs dafa transfer to the operators ñoo xam ne these are daily livelihood so bu amee on the first what we do as a union we call our executive ñu discuss li how can you approach the situation because loo xamante ne lu ëpp dayo la so ñun as executive war nañoo utal solution pour naka la nga ko war a saafare so ñu discuss as executive ñu d'accord modalities ñu ñoo def let's approach government mu gaaw nag and also ñu avoid sudden communication bi because mu ngaa wax yeneen ne mu indi looraange yoo xam ne ni sa askan bi mu ëpp loolu la mooy sa target because we are there to represent the transport workers but at the same time si askan bi la mbokk le métier bi emul si ñun képp dafa em si ñëpp kon ñun ñëpp de war a xool naka la mën a handle that situation naka la ñu handle that crisis moo tax ñu bari dañu bëgg a dégg dégguñu because lu ñu nekkoon jamono mooy crisis management fitna am na balaa ngay wax askan bi loolu la ñuy wax ak looy wax ba impact la mën a make in the society so moo tax we are discussing those past days past weeks naka la ñu handle situation at the same time ñu approach government bi the following day government oo ñëw di second peut tamit concern na leen trop ñu on the first la nga ko in annonce ñu bindal on the second ñu invite ñu sit ñu xool mbir bi ñu xam ne this is global phenomenon no is beyond Gambia no currently we cannot determine whether tey la or suba lan moo xew kon and also the operators mu drivers yi place bu nekk the officer price bi mënuñ ko sustain pour mun a sustain their business it's mandatory government pour mun a sustain people seen business bi because business la you expect return so ñu discuss agree put our heads house together ñu agree let's put temporal measures so fii ba end of month dinañ review pass bi holistically ñu seen loolu nan la mën a jox Gambian si lu nga xam ne mën nañ ko consume whether fuel price mooy change because that's beyond us so tamit ñu Gambia fuel price bi always monthly basis la nekkul ne tey su international yokkee sa Gambia dafay yokk o su international wàcce suba Gambia dafay wàcce every first day of month la ñëw du ñu tarif so ñun tamit lañ monitor fii ba end of month lan moo xew xañ na foog na ne fii ba boobu fitna bi mun naa jeex price bi come down sotala level moom la ju jar yokku but si foofu lañ toll moo tax ñu community temporary measures but right now discussions on last week yëpp dañ ko def ñu ko discuss review whole holistic and si naka la ñu approche bi gis na ne askan bi ñu mën a am loo xam ne moo gën si
waaye di reality Gambia fi man musuma I don't know mënuma remember fuel fu mu éegee mu wàcca I don't know musuma ko gis
pasa du dee éega mu wàcca
waaw
no fuel I remember one thing in 2017 fuel wàcca na of around $10 plus that's the time la ñu wàññoon pass soo ko remember pass bi wàññoon na fi in 2017
pass tam mus naa wàññeeku
man
loolu moom
pass su éegee du dee wàññeeku
go to the records 2017 bu government bu es bi toggee si government Adama Barrow dafa ñu wàññi fuel bi around $10 40 butut so bu nga ko wàññee ministre oñu mu ne dafa bëgg a wàññi moom moo reflecté ci société du public ñu wàññi pass bi di following 1 month 2 months fuel dellu fu mu jógee kon pass bi dara mu doy xam naa di duration bi moo yàggut ba amoon na but I saw the public soo fekkee ne fuel bi wàññee ko moo ne opération si mun seen opération cost bi moo ëppa di waaw ñun ñëpp Gambia
Mr. Sir dama bëggoon a xam what is your structure comme yow as the president of the General Transport Union lan mooy yéen seen executive structure
we have a very good structure am nañ executive functional executive over 20 members. am nañ management. am nañ national what they call staff committee. am nañ national committee. am na regional bodies. Each region am nañ full functional executive with the president, vice president, operation, all key positions. All region am nañ ko. No, each garage they ngay report on the regional office. So regional office mooy report to the executive. And the same time this certain issue bi soo fekkee ne national decision ñëw na. Executive as a technician will come with the proposal. naka la nga ko bëggee seen baak to national committee mooy ne each region they nominate 3 people ñoo sit as national committee so ñoo jël national decisions. So it's a full functional government.
What a structure.
léegi boo leen toogee ak government bi ngeen waxtaan ngeen d'accord ne ok lii is a temporary measure fu mu nekk nii. So how about, because there are still claims ne new, especially around Birkama and xam nga time boo pass bi $18 is la woon waaye with all that sa drive am na ñu dee lii $20 dañ dee wax ne amut change waaye léegi now they are increasing it to around $27 ñu ne even $30.
Where?
Around Birkama, Westfield Birkama.
No, you know Westfield Birkama previously fare was $30. Westfield Serekunda, sorry, Birkama Westfield 2021 it was $30. Serekunda moo nekkoon $28. nit na dañuy jaxase ñaari. Westfield ak Serekunda amuñ fare. Serekunda Birkama moo nekkoon $28. Westfield Birkama moo nekk $30. So each fare boobu lay yokk $5. And number 2 comme si lu xew mooy in fact comme nu ma ko dee waxee di fare dafa am structure bu nga ko tegaloon structure boobu mu jëwut a wokk but xam na ne market price bi fuel price bi ñu amee wuñ ko moo tax bu ñu doon structure phase bi ñu agree woon ne modalité naka la ñu yokk pass bi su form price increase to 20% ñu wàññi yokk pass bi su wàññi 20% ñu wàññi pass bi that was agreed. Not only government, including communities. The organization. GPPC, I think Gambia Consumer Competition Commission mover, Gambia Consumer Protection Consortium mover, and government. We all sit in lead by Minister of Interior and National Security Council. We agree. But so since that day, fuel we over 60%. Ask driver ñu ngi maintain because ñun we société mboka for example I get assault, I get insulted wu nekk dégg naa ko but it's beyond me because me alone bëgg naa pass bi yokka but me alone cannot yokka pass.
Exactly.
But nag askan tamit understand one thing, these are people ñoo xam ne they invest into transportation nekkoon dañ invest pour daw mo dañ expect return so kuy def business in the Gambia you expect to have return but sometimes ñu ne ci public la mboga ba nga driver ni but driver they are doing business no they expect return no so say anything dafa affect market bi dina affect driver bi because driver bi tey lu muy jaay noonu mooy sa pass boobu la mën a use sukkandeku mën a am certain essential communities maalo diw ciment cash power yow su yokkee automatique dafa affect driver bi so askan som na dindee xala faate côté boobu driver dafay jaay dem jënda I remember on one platform am na ku ma call mu ne ma Gambie ñoo xala doy waar bi ko every netetu yokka na noonu dañ ko dee import ma ko soo ko seetee indi aspect maybe di nga juum bi ko kuy jaay netetu su jaay netetu dafay jënd diw soo diw su yokkee dina yokka njëgu netetu pour ma jot diw bi so lii dafa connect ñun soo seetee Gambie ñun yëpp d'accord nañ tey 100% ne all essential community yokka na soo tey driver boobu bëgg naa jot loolu bi ko driver bi du lekka moto du lekka gasoil so lu muy jaay noonu lay jot doomam mu dem school lay fay school fees lay jënd cash power lay jënd diw so il faut mu def business boobu mën a recover loolu moo tax ñun our focus is naka la ñoo mën a monetary transport sector mën a secteur boo xamante ni mun na compétitif ku nekk mën a si dugga but social transport combo parce que fu ñu amee grand problème mooy Westfield Brikama loolu challenge la loolu moom to be honest with you people challenge la because da ngay samee transport Gambia coono fu ñu gën a bari mën a Westfield Brikama because Westfield Brikama dëgg da control over ñun amuñ fa fully control because lu fa nekka driver yu fay operate yaa na operate any other garage xam nga like soo demee Fooñi di nga fekk established garage even pocket garage la soo demee Bakaw garage fii di nga fekk garage muy fa soo demee so those people even si yoon la nekka dañoo nekk coordinate ba Westfield ñu fay daw nekku si on la any garage si kaw tal la ñoo tourné rek ku bu kaw si kaw tal mi ngi wax soo ñoom pour nga contrôle dafay jafe moo tax in 2021 even we bring suggestion to the government let's use Iceman as a temporary measures di nga jëm benn moto du taxaw coopérative so Iceman la ñoo dispatch So that departure point, we're going to have people there, you know, they monitor. So lii yëpp du am comme like even this doctor pass mën na ko génn. Because kuy jógee si garage boobu now you need to have a destination to where to go.
Exactly.
Ba kuy départ buntu Ciwsel ko kan moo ko fu mu jëm. Kuy départ Kastul si biir garage Kastul. So lii mooy.
léegi moom Faarato mooy ñu garage.
because
Faarato bu Sumbaala.
lu ko waral mooy fu ñoo départ la. Because tey soo fekkee ne am nañ as temporal measures. GTU put ay staffs. So su moto bi ñëw dina la foo bëgg a dem mu ne la man Brikama la bëgg ñu ne dugal Brikama. So moto mënut a taxaw foofu mu woote Latrikunda oo Tabokoto. Go to Tontebul. Da nga dégg moto bu laa wax ne Latrikunda la yem. Go to Kostaro si biir garage bi. Da nga dégg moto bu laa ne tali ñu na em. But soo fekkee ne si kaw tali bi la kenn amul si ñoom.
waaw kenn du leen mën a contrôle.
dina jafe.
waaye Omar lu tax ngeen exclude keke yi tamit keke driver yi ñoom tamit ñu ngi complain ne ñu ne xanaa bokkuñ si transportation sector bi.
Keke driver moom foog naa ne sax ifin seen tendency is in high side. Yes, hanga pass bi dañ ko dee measure into 4 things.
Okay.
Number 1, your operational cost. Okay. Lan mooy ko operational fuel consumption.
waaw ñoom 100 sax mun ngaa def.
So lii yëpp dañ koy these are motor bicycles. These are 4-cylinder engines. They are consumed. Even what is their maintenance cost?
No, keke 1 cylinder la.
Wow, thank you. So you cannot compare 1 cylinder a 4 cylinder nga bëgg a compare their tariffs. You cannot compare kuy maintenance 1,000 ak kuy maintenance $100 nga bëgg a compare. So these are things and KK is not well regulated. So we believe balaa ñu la ñoo tarif na la regulate njëkk. So that ku nekk mun na because tey su ko KK di dawal fayee ko $15 for example. Taxi fayee ko $15. KK taxi di mun a maintenance 1,000 KK maintenance $100. Are you fair taxi driver? So say the fuel taxi like a 5 litre, KK like a less than 1 litre. So
wax nga fi lu am solo sax taxi driver yi ñoom tamit beneen problème la because even bu pass bi nekkoon $12 ñoom dañoo wax ne ñoom $13 because ñoom ak van yi duñ dem the same price now that it is $15 xaw ma ndax dinañ fa yokk beneen $2 wala $1.
xam nga taxi driver si amu seen pass $13 la soo si le tarif ñooy first number is 13 yellow taxi 13 la ak ñoo fi ne taxi ak van bi aussi am na one that's different. So 13 la. 13 plus 5 is going to around 18. But these are temporary measures, as I said. But and also sometimes when they have an issue with taxi, mooy Westfield Banjul. ñun amuñ tarif Westfield Banjul for taxi. Tarif taxi bu am mooy town taxi. But from region to region amuñ pass. I don't see anywhere in the world fu ñëw put a fair structure for taxi. Because we are in that area we are promoting mass transportation.
Okay.
So bëggee leen taxi nga dalwa taxi $1,000. That is left with you. That is your private comfort. But taxi Banjul West ñu amuñ pass bi. Nit yi ñoo ko dee fixé seen boobu pass bi taxi dafa daw but even in the better transport system. Taxi amul that structure of arrangements.
Okay.
So ñun taxi fare bu ñoo fix taxi mooy within the town. But with region to region, no, we are not encouraged to do that in fact.
Okay.
Because lu mu bëgg mooy nañ amul yoon ne dañoo am masse ñu ñoom lay wala ñu bari. So that even we can decongest traffic, congest and also to create safety environment for the commuters.
ñëwoon nga fi was it last year nga ne yéen a ngi waxtaan ak government pour ngeen formalize the transportation sector because xam nga ba léegi mu ngi informal contracts amuñ contracts ak yooyu noonu loolu tax na sax ba léegi ñu ragal sa invest in yi fi moto. nga ne fii moom soo investé si moto driver bi rek mooy liggéey boppam so how far have you gone with that?
Yeah, to be honest, we are in terms of transport aspect because contract aspect for drivers that's on the Ministry of Trade as far as employment is concerned. I remember amoon na new transport labor bill in 2023 and also government is working on to build what they call industrial council. ñoo xam ne mooy bring regulation within the different areas. No, I think that is a very important thing loo xam ne the government su ko gaawee dina ma dimbali ñu ñëpp.
ban stage la nekk?
I know def nañ seen mapping. Identify some stakeholders as to be part of the council. So I think lu des mooy pour ñu mën a inaugurate the council pour mu commencer liggéey.
Wow, so what about the car parks?
Car parks still challenge fu ñu amoon fa la yem ba léegi lu ñu am ba but still we are discussing with the government pour some areas yoo xam ne ñu ngi ko identify even ñu ngi discuss ministry pour ñu mën a discuss ñu dem site visit loolu ñu ngi ko discuss xañ na this week last week la agree woon sax bon fortunately mbir bi ñëw dugga si so faat na loolu ba amoon nañ agreement with government pour ñu some areas yu identify ñu dem visit leen So with the regional offices, with the councils, ñu xool naka la mën a def together pour mën a develop those areas. In terms of allocation la ñaka la ñu mën a engage ko pour nekk holistic approach. But ñu si discussion boobu even agree na woon date bon fortunately mbiri fuel bi ñëw. So ñu dee fàtt na loolu. Mbiri modernizing transport sector ñu ngi si process bi. Comme the government transport laws amuñ transport laws we have a motor traffic regulation. Soo seetee di most challenge lu ñu nekk di face soo demee luwaay nekkuñ fa. So loolu secteur boobu dina jafe pour nga réguler ko but through the partnership with the government suggest na ne nañ am new transport bill what we call road transport bill. So dina include all activities on the road. So in that already been the case government hired a consultant through partnership with the World Bank. Consultant ñëw nañ fi dem nañ consultation draft nañ a bill. So draft bill bi we are part of the technical committee as a union. So assess nañ ko make na our input, make na our suggestions, bill bi dem na under validate nañ ko as a public validation. Def na internal validation. All the process A to Z we are participated fully. Join our opinion. Xam na loi du fee boo ñëpp. But feel na ne it's better than lu fi am. For me, so ma laajee bi léegi mën naa dañ change li me as a union. But loolu that is beyond union. That's a national law. But moo gën lu am. Loolu boobu right now validate nañ ko understand na ñu ne ñu ngi si Ministry of Justice. Pour their review as the legal expertise. ñoom su ma fa jógee yaakaar naa ñoom suñu si paree soo fekkee ne it's okay dinañ ko submit to cabinet for cabinet adoption mu ne si National Assembly. So moo tax may urge suma members yi oto mu nekk ak askan bi nañ urge National Assembly loi boobu bu ñu ko pass gisuñ ko because tey Gambia they are very good to pass in laws but end of the public du ñu xam lan moo ne si loi so loolu in fact yow sa concern bu ngay wax ni loi daf ko war a capture pour nekk loi boo xam ne dina mën a visible pour mën a govern la ba soo fee dafa ñëw National Assembly ñoo xam ne they are representing us ñu dem vote ko mu pass ko loi end of the day dafay indi problem si our communities because the end users muy the public xamul la ne nga si loi. So I'm urging each National Assembly member and the community go back to their community. If in public gathering, maybe people can give them something better. And and also last week, demon in Ghana for study with the government and the stakeholders. Because Ghana is one of the best road transport system in West Africa. It's one of the best. So because this is not my first time going there. No, I have the experience. No, I have the counterparts there. So them for with the government, Ministry of Justice, police, and stakeholders. Them for 5 days, study to. Just now they have a very good system. System was adopted fi. Ya kana dina mona dimbala ñun ñep pour ñu mëna joggé système check fu nekk ni adem. But current status is lu amul lu abona mo ñu mëna go am adequate laws.
Challenge.
Is
a challenge.
All right, so we've exhausted this time. Thank you very much, President Cisse, for coming on the program. And we hope the population is going to accept the fair increment and we move on as a nation.
Yeah, I think they already accepted because so this is a temporary measure for Greater Banjul and West Coast. Because we put $5 on top. In phone we put $15 on top. So other rural Gambia already discussing it on. Technicians are working on it. Fala joge ñëw fi. No inshallah the main tariff ñu ko review. No gom na ne sum paré dinañ ko jox due respect ko la jox. Su ko jox askan yaakaar naa government dina ko mën a appreciate. Gis naa lii moo gën si ñoom.
War nañoo lii de every 2-3 years fair increment bi war naa jeex de yow.
Non nañ try su économie mu steady. Xam nga économie dafa am solo. Nañ ta ñëwee su loolu dafa am solo. No I thank you ma di gërëm Mr. Balde suma xarit di nuyu Julde suma xarit dafa dee tooñ suma waay la and Qtv suma télé la so lu ma xat-xat ñaaw suma ooyee rek ama choice so di gërëm askan bi am na fan yi coow li bari na dégguñ Omar dem na Omar ñëw na it's not about the wax ñun GTU dafa sign a government what they call memorandum of understanding it's one of the clause mooy ne soo fekkee am na crisis balaa ñuy fight let's sit and discuss and find a way out before this kind of issues moo ñu dee gën as a unionist we go out fight but feel in the Gambia we are beyond that even internationally that's through our capacity now we breathe in dialogue and ñu xam loo moo gën moo tax bu cooli amee You can go to media and join government, but that's not the solution.
It's not.
Man talk ñun as a government. Ñun ñëpp ñoo ko bokka. Ñun ñëpp we are victim of the situation. So that is what ñu ba dégguñ la ni we are discussing. That is the results.
Thank you.
Join the results, but inshallah I saw them. We are bringing something better than this.
Thank you very much. This is all we have, viewers. We'll be back here tomorrow again for another edition of QTV This Morning, Julde. Until then, bye-bye.